Hey guys, today I'm going to be starting my watermelon seeds. I'm really excited to get these seeds planted. If you're new to my channel, be sure to follow along. I love growing watermelons. This is just the first video on growing watermelons that I'm making this year. There's going to be plenty more to follow. I want to tell you a little bit about my growing conditions. I live in southern Ohio. I'm in zone 6A. I have pretty hot summers here. Watermelons do like heat to grow. I have hard clay soil, and watermelons prefer a sandy loam soil. You can grow watermelons in hard clay soil though. And you can even grow really nice watermelons with a little bit of work and amending your soil a bit. We'll get into that a little more later in this video and also again in the next video. Let me show you the varieties I'm growing this year really quick. Charleston Gray, Orange Tender Sweet, Jubilee, Yellow Fleshed Moon and Stars, Congo, and Bush Sugar Baby. All of these are going to be planted in the ground, and the Bush Sugar Baby is going to go in a container. I might also be growing another variety in a container this year, but I can't find the seeds at the moment. So if you see a random watermelon in a future video that I didn't talk about in this one, that's where it came from. I'm also going to be growing Ginger's Pride cantaloupe. This is supposed to be a really humongous cantaloupe. I think it can get up to about 15 pounds. You can direct sow watermelons out in your garden after your last frost date, but I do like to start mine indoors under my grow lights about 4 weeks before I plan to put them in the ground. I am pre-moistening this soil because it is a dry potting mix, and I'm going to let it sit here for a few minutes and soak up this water, and then I'll be ready to plant them into my cups. I'm going to be sowing my seeds in these large 16-ounce cups. Watermelons grow really fast, and even though these are only going to be in my house for 4 weeks, they're going to fill up this container with the roots in that amount of time, and the tops are going to get pretty large in that amount of time as well. So if you're starting 4 weeks before you plan on putting them in the ground, I definitely recommend using something fairly large to start your seeds in. Whatever you're going to use, be sure that it has a drainage hole so that the water can drain out when you water your plants. If you're planning on growing your watermelons in containers once you get them planted outdoors, I would definitely recommend using the biggest container that you can find to grow them in. If you're growing your watermelon plants in the ground, it is time to start thinking about soil amendments if you haven't done so yet. Especially if you're like me and you have hard clay soil. If you have sandy loam soil, then you're all set. You may want to add some amendments. Honestly, I don't know a lot about growing in sandy loam soil because I have hard clay soil. What I do is in the fall, I like to add fallen leaves to my soil and mix it in. I also pile a whole bunch of fallen leaves right on top of my garden bed. This adds organic matter to your soil and it improves the texture so that your soil drains better. If you're watching this video in the spring, then you probably don't have any fall leaves to use, and that's perfectly fine. There's other things you can do. So before I plant my watermelons in the ground, I like to add lots of compost to the soil. I also use chicken manure. It is aged chicken manure. You do need it to be at least a couple months old so that it don't burn your little plants. Chicken manure is high in nitrogen, and watermelons really need a lot of nitrogen early on in their growth because they grow these humongous large vines. To find out how old specific animal manures need to be before you put it on your garden, you will have to look that up because I don't have all of that information for you. If you don't make compost, you can buy store-bought compost. That's what I use on my watermelons every year. I don't really make compost. I also like to add blood meal to my soil when I initially plant my watermelons. So if you can't find any other sources of higher nitrogen, that's an option as well. I realize everybody isn't going to have access and be able to get everything that I listed out here. So these are just some ideas. Use what you can, what you have on hand, what you can afford. Even if you only have access to compost, that would make a humongous difference, especially if you have clay soil. Adding that organic matter is going to make a big difference. We're definitely going to talk more about this in the next video, and I'll show you guys everything that I do. But right now, we're going to get these seeds planted. I'm going to be sowing 2 or 3 seeds in each cup, and you want to bury the seeds maybe 1/4 of an inch to 1/2 an inch deep. This is what the seeds look like. They're pretty large. Just drop it down in the holes and then cover it up. Here's the bush sugar baby seeds. They're a little bit smaller. These are really great plants for growing in containers. I grew them a couple of years ago in a container. The vines only get about 3 foot long, which is really nice if you have limited space. They don't require a very big trellis if you're growing them vertically. And even if you want to plant them in the ground because you don't have a lot of garden space, they're really nice compact plants. You plant the cantaloupe seeds the same way. And even though I'm putting 2 or 3 seeds in each of these cups, both the watermelon cups and the cantaloupe cups, I will be thinning them down to 1 plant per cup once the seeds sprout, and I'll just choose the strongest plant. I'm giving these just a little bit of water to settle the seeds into the soil. After I get them watered, I'm going to bring them indoors and put them under my grow lights. These are some example plants that I grew for you guys. I'm not going to be putting these in my garden. I just wanted to show you how important it is for your plants to be getting adequate light. So when you put your plant under your grow light, you want the grow light here. You want it 2 to 4 inches above your plant, something like that, pretty close to the light itself. If you don't put the grow light close to your plants, or if you put them in a windowsill, you're going to get something that looks more like this. These were planted at the exact same time, and as you can see, these 2 plants have these big healthy leaves. The true leaves are growing really nicely, and these plants over here are just now starting to get their true leaves. Have a look at the stems of these plants. Even though these plants are both about the same size, the stems on the plants that were close to the grow light are much stockier, much healthier. Look at these. They're just really skinny. These are not healthy plants. You don't want your plants to look like this. I've had people send me email pictures of their watermelon plants in the past looking like this, and they wanted to know if they look okay. No, they really don't look okay. Keep that grow light close to your plants, and you're going to have much healthier plant starts. Watermelons aren't like tomatoes where you just take them out of the cup and you rip their roots apart, okay? Watermelons do not like having their roots disturbed. You can't just bury it deeper the way that you would a tomato. So even though I put 2 or 3 little seeds in each of my cups, I will be removing the seedlings that are the weakest from each cup. Ideally, you would want to do it before they have all of these leaves. So what you would do is just take a pair of scissors and snip one out. As I said, I'm not going to be growing these plants, so that's why I'm being a little bit rough with them. And that's all for this video. If you're growing watermelons this year, I would love to hear what varieties you're growing, what your favorite variety is. If this is your first time, if you've been doing it for a while, I would love to hear it all. Let me know down in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye.